Chicago mobs are attacking their local ICE facility, but they can't get past state police. Oh! Oh! Time to go! These look like Antifa people. Wow!
If you touch me, you will go to jail!
Oh, that's right. Touch them, go to jail. That's what these guys did. Wow. This is ridiculous. Oh, even the cameraman. Ooh. Oh, this is an all-day thing. Whether it's morning, whether it's evening. Look, they won't move. And now they scream police brutality. They will not move. They are too busy holding their Mexican flag in the roadway to obey lawful commands. This is ridiculous. Wow. Look at them. They won't go in the designated protest zones. They won't obey. They just want to see all the fugitives in this place get released. Look at, they're waving the Mexican flag higher now. Oh, yep, he's getting arrested now too. Touch the police, go to jail. That's how it works. That's how this works. Like it or not. Oh, look at this woman in the pink. Oh, she's going crazy over there. Oh, who are they pulling out of this protest zone? They're pulling someone out who must have assaulted law enforcement. And it looks like they got Lady Liberty herself, who is now a captive for committing crimes. Look at these people trying to jump into the protest zone after they've been instigating with law enforcement all day. Oh, they're pulling somebody else out too. Oh, who's this? Ooh. Oh, so now they're throwing water bottles? That's awful, man. This crowd is hostile. This ain't peace. Oh, who's this? It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Rioter. Boy, we got every Halloween character, even Christmas-themed ones out here. Look at this person. What a clown. She's gonna go to jail. They're not letting her go. She's assaulted officers, just like this individual. You guys can beat your drums all you want. Federal fugitives in the country illegally, they're gonna get deported. And these individuals, these agitators, they need to be hit with the book, man. They think they can just do this and then go about their lives. The problem is they just won't leave. That's why you have all these folks getting taken down. Yeah, get out of the roadway. They literally have a megaphone saying that people just need to leave, and they won't do it. Look at these radicals. Look at them, man. These are the worst people. Look, they're all angry. Look at them. Look how nasty that woman is. He's talking smack. But look at what's not funny. When these radicals aren't attacking police, they're busy radicalizing children. Watch. This is the most disgusting thing I think I've ever seen. These people hate our country. They have no respect for authority. They hate authority. Look at this. This is terrible, man. This is not what you teach children.
I'm watching what's happening in this country, and it's hard to stay silent anymore. Yeah, it's hard to stay silent anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, blocking roads, assaulting officers, and flying foreign flags while breaking the law, this isn't peaceful protest. No, it's not. It's chaos. It's chaos. And pretending otherwise doesn't make it noble or justified. No, it doesn't make it justified. You see? Because law and order, they exist for a reason. They exist for a reason. And if we don't enforce them consistently, then what's left? What's left? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired of seeing people who break the law treated like heroes. I'm tired of seeing people who break the law treated like heroes, while those who uphold it are treated like villains. Can you imagine?
You don't teach children this is okay. But when you radicalize people and they see a flea market like this one getting raided, which is apparently in Chicago by ICE, they think something wrong's happened. When really these are people who are here breaking all of America's laws. Oh, they got that person. But look, this is not an indiscriminate raid. All of the other vendors here who aren't the intended target of ICE, who aren't here illegally, they got nothing to worry about. But you know who does have something to worry about? Chicago's sanctuary mayor.
Look up here. Look up here.
Listen to this.
You got a real South Shore resident of 63
Oh, we don't want to look at her.
Here. Not no paid protester, not somebody that's paid with a 501c3. You got a real, live South Shore resident at this mic. Now what you're going to do for the citizens of South Shore and the black people of Chicago, you're going to stop with all this fake black facade you're doing. You're sitting here talking against Trump, trying to make him look this way or that way, when we right here this morning saw you misuse the police department to violate our rights as citizens. That's right. You told them that they cannot participate in getting these illegal immigrants while you sat up here and misrepresented that raid on South Shore Drive.
Right. And here's the thing. If the people running a sanctuary call their police back and don't let their police help enforce the law, they disenfranchise everybody who lives here. And this resident is 100% right. And she's right in the simplest, most correct way anyone could ever put this.
Illegal immigrants while you sat up here and misrepresented that raid on South Shore Drive like black people was getting beat up and all that over there. You know that's a lie. I live over there, and black people over there, we kicking in and we chilling because I ain't looking for us.
That's right.
And you know they're not. They're coming to get what we asked our president to do, and that was to engage in mass deportation.
That's right, that's what we asked for.
To get these illegals out of our country. We are coming for them seats. Do you understand that? And while you got these people up in here acting like they pro-police, if they really was about the police, against the police, whatever the case may be, they deal with that Laquan McDonald Act so that we can get y'all up out of that seat. Yeah, you wipe your face. You wipe your face because you're probably out breaking out in the sweat. Let me tell you something. We coming for them seats. And at first, I said it to you. Then it spread it to city council. But now you gonna mess with the black people of America and American citizens by being a fraud and showing the Democratic Party by how lousy they really are. Black people in America, American citizens, y'all say it along with me. From the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South. The Democratic Party, we're putting y'all on alert. All across of America. That's right. We coming for them
Wow, look at this.
Chicago, now a federal judge is calling out the Trump administration over concerns ICE agents are ignoring.
The judge is after ICE.
Those claims came to light during a hearing Monday, with much of the focus centering on clashes between federal law enforcement and protesters at an ICE facility.
Which is weird because these are Illinois State Police, but okay.
Is live outside that facility for us right now.
And she is still concerned that her restraining order is not being followed. Now, we were in court for part of that hearing.
Look at this.
And
look at these protesters in the middle of the night.
That she's talking about, it limits federal agents' use of pepper balls, tear gas, and other crowd control weapons.
So they can't do anything to defend themselves or defend this deportation hub that is getting relentlessly attacked. No fence, no crowd control, nothing. They just have to sit there and let these rioters run them over, which is ridiculous.
Requires any officers with body cameras to keep them on. During Monday's hearing, Judge Ellis pressed ICE and Border Patrol leaders about those rules, and we also learned there are some gaps.
Reopen the government, and then we'll get them some cameras.
Director Sean Byers testified he doesn't have federal funding for a hard drive to store video from the Broadview facility, even though that's where many of the clashes have happened. He admitted that video is erased every...
If this judge wants video so bad, look at these red dots on the chests of these state police. Get that video. Those are their body cameras. Look, they're all wearing one, and they're the ones interacting with the protesters. But you see, the thing is, it's not about the Illinois State Police, who are under the command of J.B. Pritzker. Nope, this is about the federal government and defeating the federal government. At least that's what this judge thinks.
28 days, sometimes without any directive to save it. And Ellis was surprised when officials confirmed that footage from outside Broadview before September 18th was gone. The facility has become a go-to spot for protesters since early September. She ordered the Justice Department to make sure all new footage is saved. Every Border Patrol agent in Chicago, 201 in all, now wear a body camera. Many of the 85 ICE officers on the ground do not have body cameras. And Byers said it would take an act of Congress to allocate more funds to expand their use. The judge admonishing the Trump administration.
Well, hey, you want your body cameras? Talk to your people in the Democrat Party who will not reopen our government, and then we can get some body cameras. And then we can get even more of the same kind of footage we already have, showing how awful these people are towards ICE agents. A lot of this footage, by the way, didn't even come from a body camera. These activists are willing to film it themselves to show us their true colors. It's terrible.
Suggesting that Democrat politicians have been skewing crime statistics on their own behalf ahead of the midterm elections.
Oh,
okay,
you
Charlie,
don't say.
What do you got on this?
Really?
I have sources
the
in
party
the DOJ.
of corruption.
They've been crunching numbers. They found something really interesting. And in all these big all these states that you see the governors now opposing Trump, J.B. Pritzker in Illinois, based on crime stats in Chicago that are
They're
going
fake
down.
stats.
Gavin Newsom just put out a tweet about how murders are falling dramatically in, I don't know, San Francisco.
Yeah, because the murderers got deported.
Go down the line, L.A. What I understand from inside the Trump administration is they've been looking at the police practices in these cities.
What practices?
Now, it would be interesting if they release these stats, and they may for the midterms. In each of these places that are touting double-digit declines, they've also often found rampant evidence of prosecutors not prosecuting felonies, basically busting down felonies for assault.
Right. So what he just said is very important. Somebody gets caught, happens in New York City all the time too, by the way. Somebody gets caught with a weapon on the street, committing a violent act. Well, if they're charged with everything they did, then their crimes are going to be at a higher level than if they're not charged. If they're just charged with a misdemeanor, like let's say a judge says, oh, okay, we caught somebody with a loaded weapon while they were robbing a 7-Eleven and they violently assaulted an officer. If they drop the assault charge and they say, well, we're going to drop the weapon charge and they just get them for the misdemeanor of shoplifting, well, now the crime stats look better because we are charging somebody with a misdemeanor. We don't have enough evidence to charge them with using a weapon or having a weapon or assaulting an officer because, we just don't. We have it on camera. Officer had a body camera. Yeah, we just don't have enough evidence. So sweep this under the rug.
You know, various forms of burglary, larceny, busting them down to misdemeanors. Thus, you show violent crimes and felonies
they're not happening.
Declining dramatically.
Hide the decline,
and if you
baby.
want an example, I was pointed to the one case of this knife-wielding lunatic, sword-wielding lunatic. If you go back, the guy was let off on an assault charge, busted down to a misdemeanor. He was literally just let off in July on that.
Judges restraining federal agents, mayors ignoring their own communities. Can you imagine? And governors turning a blind eye. How did we get to this point where protecting criminals becomes more important than protecting our very own citizens? It's crazy. But you know what? I respect those who stand up and speak the truth. I respect them, especially when they do it calmly. Yeah, and in a civilized manner. You see? Ordinary people are rising and they are saying enough is enough. They are tired of being ignored by the leaders who they elected to serve them. They're tired of seeing the system bend towards criminals instead of justice. Yeah, it's crazy, folks. It's crazy. Actions must have consequences. Actions must have consequences. If you assault law enforcement, if you destroy property, if you shut down public roads, you should be held accountable. You should be held accountable. No more catch and release. No more excuses. Real consequences. Real consequences. That's not cruelty. That is simply common sense. It's common sense. What's even frustrating is watching leaders protect lawlessness. Can you believe that? While lecturing everyone else about compassion and democracy. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Ladies and gentlemen, you can't ignore the constitutions when it's inconvenient and hide behind it when it benefits you. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't silence the police and empower mobs and still pretend to stand for stability. No, doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And immigration needs to be talked about honestly. We need to have that conversation. Yeah, because this isn't about race. No, it's about sovereignty, it's about safety and reality. It's just simple and easy. Because flying another nation's flag while disrespecting the American law, it doesn't send a message of unity. It doesn't. No. Instead, it sends a message of contempt. Because if we don't protect our own borders and enforce our own laws, then what holds the nation together? What holds the nation together? Yes, we can welcome people, but it has to be the legal way that is controlled and responsible. That's what the president is saying. Yeah. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This isn't about being left or right. No. No, it's not. It's about what is right. You see? It's about what is right. You see? Because you can't keep creating chaos and then acting surprised when people lose trust in the system. No. Responsibility matters. That's what I'm saying. Truth matters. Accountability matters. It does. And hey, I'm not calling for hate. No. I'm calling for sanity. Daily dose of sanity. I'm calling for common sense. Yes. I'm calling for the leaders who actually lead to actually lead. For the judges to actually enforce justice. That's what I'm calling for. And for the citizens to know the difference between peaceful protest and outright anarchy. You see? Yeah. I'm calling for courage to speak truth, even when it's unpopular and not famous. Yeah. Because nothing is ever going to change if lawlessness keeps being excused and leadership keeps failing. No, doesn't work, folks. Doesn't work. It doesn't. Well, if you enjoyed this one, be sure to click on the next one.